Well, good evening from Headingley, where tonight's game against Stones Bidder Championship leaders Warrington is the first floodlight match of the season for the Liners. The visitors come with an impressive record of only one defeat in the league. That was last Sunday against St Helens. And last month saw them win the Lancashire Cup for the first time for a number of years. Yesterday they appointed ex-Fulham and Carlisle coach Roy Lester as their assistant coach to Brian Johnson. He replaces Kevin Tomati, who is now with Salford. Missing tonight was their skipper and Great Britain skipper Mike Gregory. Player linked with Leeds during the close season. He had a great game against the Kiwis at the weekend. He's obviously feeling the effects of too many games in such a short space of time. Leeds going to tonight's game knowing that a win would take them into second place, a point behind the wire. They make one enforced change. Gary Lord is injured, so Phil Ford comes in on the wing, with John Bentley switching to centre. Roy Powell isn't fit, so the pack is the same one that did so well against Sheffield last Sunday. David continues at standoff, where he made a big impact at Saldergate. His clever handling meant that the ball was moved out quicker than in recent games. Coach David Ward was telling me that he was very impressed with Hugh Waddell against Sheffield, and he had a very big part to play in the future of the club. He continues to play at number 8 with Paul Dixon at the blindside prop and the two Australians, Izzard and Laurie, in the second row. Well, after last Sunday's game, I spoke first of all with Gary Schofield.
Well, I'm being optimistic. I'm hoping to be playing on Thursday against Warrington. The moment's about 85-90% right, so I'm going to give it a phone on Tuesday and maybe declare myself fit on Tuesday. If not, then I'm afraid it'll be Salford on the November the 11th.
Yes, if we win that game now, we're really going places. Should be up there in the top 3, I should imagine, really, if we beat Warrington on Thursday evening.
Well, they've lost today, I'll be pleased to know.
That's good.
I'll give you the teams. For Leeds, they'll line up full-back, Gary Spencer. Number 2, Phil Ford. Number 3, John Bentley. Number 4, Carl Gibson. Number 5, Vince Fawcett. The half-backs, number 6, Dave Aaron. Number 7, Craig Coleman. The forwards, number 8, Hugh Waddell. Number 9, Colin Maskill. Number 10, Paul Dixon. Number 11, Craig Izzard. Number 12, Mark Lorry. Number 13, Gary Devorty. The substitutes, number 14, Paul Delaney. And number 15, Richard Gunn. For Warrington, they'll line up number 1, David Lyon. Number 2, Des Drummond. Number 3, Joe Rapati. Number 4, Tony Thornley. Number 5, Chris Rudd. The halfbacks, number 6, Robert Turner. Number 7, Paul Bishop. The pack, number 8, Tony Burke. Number 9, Mark Roskill. Number 10, Steve Malloy. Number 11, Neil Harmon. Number 12, Phil Sumner. Number 13, Gary Sanderson. The substitutes, number 14, Paul Derbyshire. Number 15, Gary Chambers. The referee for tonight is Mr. David Asquith of York. Well, an exciting game in prospect tonight. Leeds knowing that they can go second in the table with a good win tonight here against Warrington. Warrington being in good form lately, although they did struggle a week ago tonight to beat Barrow, only managing to win 9-0. Team's just changing ends now. The kick-off been delayed tonight, 10 minutes due to crowd congestion. Leeds just showing the one change on Sunday. John Bentley coming in at centre. And Phil Ford coming back on the wing. Gary Lord, the injured player. One change in the substitutes, where Richard Gunn replaces Chris Fraser. So we're going to kick off now. John Bentley to kick off. It's kicking deep. It's followed by Paul Bishop. He's giving the ball to Drummond. Drummond coming up towards his 25. As well tackled there by the Leeds front row. Harmon. Almost up to 25 now. Roskill acting halfback. Good tackling by Leeds there, keeping him down inside the 25. It's 3 tackles. Ball's back to Lyon. Lyon will kick. It's going to be fielded by Vince Fawcett. Vince Fawcett running across the field, straight up, beats the first tackle. Straight in the cover, drags the cover up to the halfway line. It's good play from Vince Fawcett. It's Maskill acting halfback, looking for runners. Waddell running strong, hard, gets up to the halfway line. Dixon runs straight in next. Leeds player Tony Burke, recently signed from St Helens. Coleman, Devorty, Mark Lorry straightening up the play. Lorry's busted through the first tackle. It's great play from Mark Lorry. There's no support from Mark Lorry there. The support was ending by the Warrington cover. Great play from Mark Lorry, almost up to the Warrington 25. Devorty acting up, gives the ball to Coleman. Waddell running straight, running up. Waddell's over the 25. It's good play from Leeds. 6 tackle coming up. Maskill will give the ball to Coleman. He'll put the kick in. It's a Gruber kick. It's going to be fielded over his own line by Des Drummond. Des Drummond powering out. Good tackle coming in from Carl Gibson. Lyon running from acting half himself. He's dragged back to the position where the tackle was made. Drummond coming blindside. Great tackle there, and Drummond's into touch. A great tackle coming in there from number 10 Paul Dixon. Threw Des Drummond into touch. Drummond not thinking he was in touch, carried on playing. So it's Leeds to feed the scrum, head and ball. And in the good attacking positioning just inside the 1 25. Coleman feeds, gives it to Eden. Eden to Gibson. Switch around with Eden. Eden's in space, he gives the ball to Bentley. Bentley's got the ball to Ford. Ford coming back inside. He'll be eager to complete impression tonight. That's a bad pass from Ford. Craig Coleman, that's chance lost there for Leeds. Chance lost, that was a good move by Eden. Eden split the defence wide open there. Spencer coming in, he's in the 25. Phil Ford began to do well tonight, Warrington, one of his previous clubs. Waddell. Powering up, Waddell steps out the first tackle, that's good running again from you, Waddell. Colin Maskell, here's the ball to Coleman. Ivardi, Izzard blasts off the first tackler. Still going, Craig Izzard. That's a great run from Izzard. Coleman, was it Eden jinks inside, that's a great play from David Eden, no, the ball's come out from behind David Eden. Referee says it went backwards, 6 tackle coming up. So far it's been all Leeds on the attack. Here comes the Coleman, he's going to try the drop goal. He's pulling up and under up. It's great play, John Bentley's running. Oh, that's a try for Leeds, but it's been disallowed. Offside given there against Mark Lorry. Referee saying that Lorry was inside in front of the ball when it was kicked. So it's going to be a penalty, Warrington. Just on their own line, right at the side of the post. A round of applause for Leeds. That was good play by Leeds. Lionel kicked the ball out. Fine touch, just some 10 yards inside his own 25. Roskell will take the tap. Give it Tony Burke. Tony Burke up to the 25. Well tackle there by Izzard. Penalty given there. Just wait and see what that sparks for punching in the tackle. John Bentley, Craig Izzard. The Leeds conceding more ground here. Lionel put the kick for touch again. Fine touch this time. 10-yard shot at the halfway line. Oh, that's good running there from Malloy. Gets up to the halfway line. Roskell acting half. Once number 8, that's Sumner. Oh, Leeds have got the ball back there. That was good tackling from Leeds. They wanted to play a spill the ball. Scotty Body. Izzard running in the centre position. Gives a great ball to John Bentley. John Bentley going down the touchline side. Looks for Phil Ford. Can get the ball away. Just great play from Leeds. Leeds really on the attack again now. Here comes Coleman. Ivardi straight in play. It's a good tackle coming in from Warrington there. Loose forward in the hooker. Waddell turning, looking to pass the ball. Gets a great ball out to Coleman. Matt Loddy switching play back inside, going through the gap. Still going, Matt Loddy's up to the 25. Loddy's brought down a good tackle from Mark Roskell. And Coleman again with the ball. Switching play, goes a nice little bit of Devoted. That's well spotted by Warrington there. No falling for the switch move. Maskell just saying which way to play they go. Waddell running in. Waddell's through. He's up to the full back, Waddell, and his tackle. 6 tackle coming up, Leeds 10 yards short. Coleman, it's an up and under up. It's a good up and under. It's coming down. See what the referee's given. I think Leeds have been a knock on there. Yes, it was knocked on there by Leeds. Craig Coleman. That was a 6 tackle. It's going to be a scrum. That wasn't a deliberate knock on. It's going to be a scrum. Warrington will have head and ball. Goes in. Leeds second row breaking quickly. Snuffing off play around the base of the scrum. Warrington bringing it away. Post number 13, Gary Sanderson. Tackling coming in from Leeds. There's a big keen to build on Sunday's great win at Sheffield. Oh, that's tremendous tackling from Leeds. Warrington not able to really get into the stride, still deep in their own 25. Ball's put to Lyon. Lyon will kick. It's a grubber kick, that's downfield. As Phil Ford will come back to pick that up. Picks it up just over his own halfway line. Throws a long ball inside to Gary Spencer. That's a terrible pass to Gary Spencer, but he takes it well, recovers well, slips. 10 yards short of the halfway. Forward acting halfback. Gives it to Vince Fawcett. Vince Fawcett powering up to the halfway line. Big lad for a winger. Maskill. Loddy, switching play, bring the ball back inside. Coleman. Ivardi. Oh, Ivardi's got through the first tackle, couldn't get his pass away there. Good play again from Leeds. Coleman, putting the kick in. That was a good kick, that's going to find touch, is it? Yes, that's a great kick, that find his touch. 6 or 7 yards from the corner flag. It's good play from Leeds. Enterprising stuff, but throwing the ball about. Changing style of play since David Ward took over as coach here. And it's beginning to pay dividends now. Warrington head and ball, Leeds pushing, the pack pushing. Warrington have possession. Paul Bishop. Trying to bring the ball away from the ruck there. That's good tackling from Leeds, driving them back towards their own line. Boskell again, finds Burke. 10 yards inside the Warrington 25. Boskell. Number 10, Steve Malloy, just brought down. Warrington finding it very difficult to make ground, can't get out their own 25. Lionel kick again. There's a penalty to Leeds there. Well, the Leeds player obstructed in the pursuit of the charge down of the kick. I think the Leeds player involved was Craig Coleman. So that should be 2 points for Colin Maskill. It's right in front of the post. Maskill no doubt kick at goal. Coming on with the sand today, Gary Schofield. Gary was telling me on Sunday that he thought he'd be fit for tonight's game, but failed the fitness test yesterday. It looks like he'll be a week on Sunday at Salford before he makes his long-awaited return. Colin Maskill just teeing the ball up now. Maskill. Just coming back now. And as usual, 3 steps to the left. Coming in now. Right in front of the Warrington post. There it is. So then, after 8 minutes, the score is Leeds 2, Warrington 0. 2 points, a good reward for some enterprising play by Leeds. And the goal from Colin Maskill coming after much pressure. So it'll be Warrington to kick off in a minute. Number 6, Robert Turner. Known in Lancashire as Rocky, but there's only one Rocky Turner over this side of the Pennines. It's a grubber that sits up nicely here for John Bentley. Bentley's almost up to the 25, running hard. He's over the 25, slips. Good running from John Bentley. Maskill look for runners, will find Waddell. Now running across, slightly across, throws the ball back. Izzard with the ball now. Izzard running through. Oh, Izzard's still the first line of defence. Half the Warrington team tackling him there, taking 6 and bringing down this lad from Connemara. Coleman. There's Loddy. Maskill now. Dixon running hard. Dixon's past the first line of defence. He runs. Well, Leeds are really turning it on tonight. That's good running from Leeds again. Good, strong running. Coleman puts the kick in. That's not going to find touch. It's going to be picked up by Chris Rudd. Barlow International Chris Rudd, signed from Kells Amateur Rugby League Club. Big signing on fee. Warrington. The number 4, Tony Thornley, just trying to bring the ball out. Malloy gets up to the 25. Warrington just settling play down, bringing the ball out of the forwards. Tony Burke will drive now. Straightening up, looking to get his pass away. Couldn't get his pass away there. It's Bishop now. Bishop slips the tackle, puts the kick in. It's going to be fielded by Gary Spencer. Gary Spencer will get up to the halfway line before he's tackled. He does. Just inside the 1 1/2, just on the halfway line. Bentley running from acting half. Good running from Bentley. Waddell straightening play up again. Runner knocks for the run, gives it to Headingley and spills the ball. That'll be a scrum down. Heading ball to one at David and just knocked on there. Conditions a bit greasy tonight. We've had heavy rain in the Leeds area this morning. Paul Bishop to feed this scrum. 15 yards inside his own half. Puts the ball in. Was that there to Rocky Turner. Joe Party. Joe Party lined up to come for Leeds, of course, 2 years ago. Had an injury on the minor New Zealand tour and had to go back home. And Leeds did, of course, sign Dean Bell after that tour. Turn it again. It's a good ball out there. Oh, that's a good ball there to Thornley. Thornley's well tackled. Warrington showing a bit of what they can do now. Thornley's hurt in the tackle. Struggling to his feet. Bishop again puts the kick in. That's charged down. It's number 13, Gary Sanderson. He's tackled. Referee says 6 more. That was deliberate. Oh. Well, that was bad play there from Bishop. And Gary Body just dropped on the loose ball for Leeds. The crowd getting behind Leeds tonight. It's good running there again from Paul Dixon. Coleman. Waddell standing up in the tackle, still standing up, struggling. Referee shouts held. Hit with Maskell. Coleman at first receiver. Maskell running himself from back in half. Waddell this time. He goes himself from back in half back. This is a great ball. Oh, it's Colin Maskell there, not quite expecting that ball. Thought there was a try on there if he took that, but he didn't get in onto the ball. Tony Burke. Play on the Warrington 25. Harmon running strong, gets a good ball back to Burke. Burke gives it to Bishop. Switching play, Bishop spotting the gap going. Son, of course, of the famous Tommy Bishop, ex-St Helens player. Just finished an Australian stint with Cronulla. Oh, Malloy runs through the tackler, David, and the ball's out to... Well, that's a penalty to Leeds there. Player in an offside position, falling on the loose ball. It's good play from Warren. I think the player would have been better off passing out there. I think they were doing something on with the centre and the winger unmarked. Leeds will have to spot that with Bishop's enterprising play that made that break. There's Colin Maskell. First kick for touch. It's a good kick, finds touch just inside of Warrington half. Maskell the attack. There's a ball to Coleman. Coleman looking for runners. Waddell. He's in. Good tackle there after Warrington packed down in Waddell. Switch there with Ivori. Ivori spilled the ball. Must be very greasy tonight, one of both sides spilling the ball with regularity. A good tackle coming in from Mark Loddy on Paul Dixon. Warrington coming up from Sanderson. He's tackled 15 yards short of the halfway line. Roskell acting halfback. Oh, that's it's picked up there, cleaned up for Leeds by number 7, Craig Coleman. Gary Spencer running across the field. Comes back inside, twisting, beats the first brother. Drummond gets him 10 yards inside the Warrington half. Back to Headingley. There's a ball of Dixon. Dixon coming back inside, slips, gets up again. Eventually pulled down. Waddell running straight at Paul Bishop. Assisted by the hooker, Mark Roskell. Coleman. There's a ball of Izzard. Izzard busting through the first tackle. Still going, Izzard. Still standing the tackle. Got through the first 2 tackles there. What a blockbuster this lad is. Ivori. Marshall in play. Giving the ball to Headingley. Short ball. Oh, well taken by Paul Dixon. Puts the ball to Mark Loddy. Mark Loddy to Spencer. Spencer gives the ball to... Ball bounces. Vince Fawcett. Vince Fawcett's lost the ball. Ball's going to touch. A good pass there. That'd have been a try for Leeds. Pass not up to it. Vince Fawcett pass neither for Carl Gibson nor Vince Fawcett. Bounce in the middle. It was good play again by Leeds, keeping the ball alive. Ball coming on. Referee just signalling the packs to break apart again. Paul Bishop to feed the scrum. Olivia Loyne has come the chance from the south stand. Drummond passes inside. He's well spotted there. Gary Spencer, Carl Gibson, tackling in the middle of the field. Number 13, Gary Sanderson, just trying to bring the ball away. All the play so far been down in the Warrington 25. Oh, that's a good tackle from Mark Loddy. Gibson. Roscoe running himself from acting half-back, making absolutely no ground whatsoever. Powerhouse tackling from the Leeds pack. Gibson. It's Lyon linking up from full-back. Can't get his pass in there. Des Drummond looking dangerous, hovering dangerously. Ball's going back. Rocky will kick this time. Straight down Phil Ford's mouth. And he catches it on the full, no problem. Ford coming back along now. Ford just running across the field, dummying, straightening up, chinking. Gets up to the halfway line before he's finally brought down. Coleman gives the ball to Gary Spencer. Gary Spencer just over the halfway line now. Right below my commentary position. Oh, Waddell's through the first, he's through the second and he slips. Oh, good strong running again from you, Waddell, putting him on the back foot, Kevin Warrington backpedaling all the time. Shows the ball, Mark Loddy into the Warrington 25 again. It's good play from Leeds. Leeds could do with some points on the board. This is good play. Davidson. There's a great ball, look at his head, there must be something here. That's a great ball to Bentley. Bentley stops, he gives the ball to Ford, there must be a try coming in now. Try there to Phil Ford. I thought John Bentley would have scored himself, but he did the right thing, he wasn't sure. He gave the ball in, Phil Ford just cutting inside. It was great play from Craig Izzard. So after approximately 20 minutes, Leeds go further in the lead with a good try there from Phil Ford. It's a good work from Craig Izzard. It's good play, Leeds playing very well at the moment. Warrington have been under the cosh ever since the start of the match. It's Phil Ford's first try for Leeds for some time. He'll be happy to get his name on the sheet. So hope it gives him a bit of confidence. Haskell is teeing the ball up. He's about 10 yards in from touch. And just about 5 yards outside the Warrington 25. Warrington players in a huddle at the back of the post. They've had no answer at all to the Leeds tackling and the Leeds play tonight. Their only excursion to Leeds half have been from kicks deep by their fullback David Lyon. There's Maskell now. Izzard getting a great round of applause as he runs back to position. Colin Maskell. 3 steps to the left. In he comes, that's high. The crowd are cheering, yes, that's a great goal. So that's Leeds in the lead by 8 points to 0. It's a great goal there from Colin Maskell. I want to kick off 8-0 down. Forget if Leeds win tonight, they'll only be 1 point behind Warrington and second in Division 1. Give Leeds a platform to build on. David Ward certainly got the team firing on all cylinders. Turner kicks off. Ball's deep. It's fielded by John Bentley. John Bentley bringing it back up to the 25. Oh, he spilt the ball. Straight in the tackle. Bishop with the ball. Bishop jinking. Can't get past David and Roscoe. Tina. There's Arman. Oh, Arman, great tackle coming in from Mark Loddy. Bishop again. Finds Turner. Turner going himself, chinking. He can't evade the 2 Leeds tacklers, Izzard and Dixon. It's Roscoe. The ball number 10, Malloy. Just inside the Leeds 25. Leeds tackling sound at this moment. Bishop again, straight up. It's his pass away inside there from Neil Arman. Neil Arman tackling the same place. Wasn't not making ground. 6 tackle coming up. Was out to Bishop again. Bishop out of Turner. Turner gives the ball. Number Sanderson. Sanderson trying to get his pass in. He can't get his pass in. He's well tackled there. That'll be the handover. That's the first handover of the night. Craig Coleman and David are doing a good job in defence there. And then finds Waddell. Waddell brought down. Missing out Devori. Izzard again. Izzard through the first tackle again. It's great running from Craig Izzard. Dixon. An interested spectator tonight will be Peter Sterling. We're still no news on when Peter will be joining Leeds. He was at the match in Sheffield. Oh! Warrington full-back knocking on. Phil Ford chasing him. Misses him. Lyon bringing the ball back inside. That's good running from Lyon. It's finally brought down by Carl Gibson. Good running by Lyon there. Ford missed him. Made a good 30 yards with the ball. Sanderson again, turning the ball back inside. As I say, Peter Sterling, still no news of when he'll be joining Leeds. He was there on Sunday at Chesterfield. Let's hope it's soon. Roscoe, ball for Bishop. Turner knocks the ball on there. David's picked the ball up. David going himself, gives the ball to Carl Gibson, and he's lost the ball with a line wide open there. That was a try if Carl Gibson had kept hold of the ball. Drummond running with the ball. But scrappy play just coming now. Tony Burke picks the ball up. Giving the ball to Turner. Turner's got no support at all, and falls in a great tackle from Leeds. 6 more tackles to the referee. That was a good chance for Leeds there to increase their lead. But it's easier said than done. The ball very greasy tonight. Tony Burke drops the ball. It's a knock-on. Referee says that's a knock-on. Paul Bishop just shouting at his players, come on, get your concentration going. So Leeds will have head and ball. Well, approximately 25 minutes gone in the first half. Leeds leading by 8 points to 0. Ball's out to Headingley. Switching play, going himself, David. And despairing tackle from Paul Bishop brings him down. Just ankle tap there. Ford acting half-back. Going himself from acting half-back. Trying to clean pair of heels, Phil Ford, up to the 25. Devorty going from acting half-back this time. Just setting up position now, Leeds. Could be a move on here. Lasco giving the ball to Coleman. Coleman giving the ball to... Oh, Paul Dixon's dropped the ball now. The ball's going to roll. Ball rolls dead. That'll be a tap on the 25. No come from Paul Dixon. Ball going dead. Matt Roscoe will take the tap. Leeds defence is getting back into position. Enterprising stuff from Leeds so far. Good tackling and good rugby. It's number 10, Steve Malloy. Good tackle coming in from Gary Devorty. Tony Burke now. Tony Burke. Loses the ball in the tackle. David gives the ball to Craig Coleman. Coleman running across the field. Switching play. Coming in. Gives the ball to Vince Fawcett now. Vince Fawcett straightening up. Powers into Desi Drummond. Beats him. Then slips. Good running there from Fawcett. Coleman. Gibson. Straightening up. Sidestepping. Oh, that's Carl Gibson's away. Gary Spencer with the ball. That was a bad pass. It was well picked up by Gary Spencer, giving the ball to Mark Loddy. Mark Loddy gets a great ball to John Bentley. John Bentley, oh! John Bentley's pass goes behind Phil Ford with the line at his mercy. That should have been another 4 points for Leeds. Ball went straight into touch there. Well, if Phil Ford had taken that, he'd have only had to walk over and put the ball down. So he's wanting to feed. Paul Bishop. Ball's out to Turner. Turner running into Bentley. Bentley brings him down. Middle of the field inside, in front of his own post, inside his own 25. Sanderson. He can't make no ground. Leeds tackling short at the moment. Number 11, Neil Harmon. He bounces David off, but he didn't make much ground. That's a good tackle coming in from Devorty. Dixon. Oh, Warrington lost the ball there. Waddell caught the ball on the full. Waddell's taking some dragging down. Dixon. Both sides dropping a lot of ball very greasy tonight. Coleman, Devorty. That's David, and David is going to score a try. David is going to score a try into the post. That's a great move there. Craig Coleman involved in Gary Devorty. Great play from David. Classic standoff try in the right place at the right time. Well, that Leeds going further in front with a try into the post. With a try there to David. And the goal kick to come from Colin Maskell right under the post. Well, Leeds rewarded for some enterprising play. They've kept the ball alive. It hasn't bothered them when they've dropped the ball. You can see David Ward hammering it into the Leeds players. Keep their hammer on now. Keep the foot on the gas. Keep the pressure on. Norman Smith shouting and bawling at the side of the thing. That's what they'll be telling Leeds. Keep the pressure on. So far it's worked. Here comes a kick from Maskell. That's 2 more points for Leeds. Leading by 14 points to 0. Got about half an hour gone now. Well, at the moment, Warrington looking anything like a side who were top of the league. They've had some hard matches in recent weeks and they're beginning to feel the strain. Mike Gregory, of course, not playing tonight. He's very much their inspiration. His strong midfield winning, running, he's well known throughout the game. Warrington kick off, Turner kicks off. It's going to be for Ford. Ford takes it on the full. Ford will get up to that 25. Running across, straightening up. Tackle on the 25. Maskell acting half-back. A look for. Oh, goes himself. Switching play there. Clever ball to Coleman. Coleman. There's a ball to Spencer. Referee said that was a forward pass. Must have made it look suspiciously forward to me. So it'll be Bishop to feed a scrum. Just outside the Leeds 25. Bishop puts the ball in. That's a penalty Leeds for feeding his own feet. Well, referees usually let that go these days. That's the first one tonight. Paul Bishop there, not very happy about it. Maskell will kick the ball from just outside the Leeds 25. They'll be kicking up towards my commentary position. Lay the ball bang on the roof at the side of me. Maskell looking for runners, finds Waddell. Waddell straightening up, powering up to the halfway line. Oh, there's a fist in there at the tackle from number 3, Joe Rapati, but the touch should just seen it and he's on. But that'll be a penalty, just Waddell just shaking his head. It'll be a penalty for Leeds. A silly play there on the first tackle. Desi Drummond, he's captain for tonight. He's just talking to the referee now. Referee's having on it, just explaining you can't put your fist in the tackle. It's a penalty to Leeds, right on the halfway line. Peggy's hard, just talking to the Leeds players now. Maskell kicks, good kick into touch. 10 yards outside the Warrington 25, 5 yards outside the Warrington 25. Waddell powering in, beats the first, chugs off the first tackle. Eventually brought down inside the Warrington 25. Dixon, going for the gap. Closes as soon as he gets there. Maskell, rewarding, switch of play with Coleman. Oh, Coleman's dropped the ball, that'll be a knock on there. Move on there, but Coleman locked on. Well, it's good play from Leeds, keeping the ball moving, not trying to try rugby even in these greasy conditions. His display so far tonight augurs well for the future. Referee in between the packs, brave man. Bishop puts the ball in. Oh, he can't get away from Coleman there, that's tremendous play from Craig Coleman. And again, referee penalising Leeds offside, Vince Fawcett. Offside there to play the ball. And here Craig Coleman saying that's just lazy, lads, just lazy. Ball coming up to our commentary position again. Tony Burke with the ball. Comes into Paul Dixon. Doesn't make much ground there. The Peggies are just telling Leeds, don't let them score, keep them out. Turner switching the ball back to Bishop. It's good play. Sanderson coming up on the burst. Oh, he's well tackled there by Mike Loddy. He's done some great tackling tonight, Mike Loddy from Parramatta. This is only his second appearance for Leeds this season. Number 12, Phil Sumner. Bishop. Turner looking for runners. Superb ball there, that's back again, that's to Turner again. That's to Rudd, there's an overlap here, Ford has him. Phil Ford, yes, good tackling coming in from Phil Ford. Closed the gap as soon as it was open. Bishop again, Bishop looking for runners. Oh, Sanderson's lost the ball, that'll be a scrum. Knock on there. That'll be a scrum, midway between the halfway line and the Leeds 25. That'll be Coleman to feed. Coleman will have to watch feeding after the decision that's just gone against him. Ball's out to Leeds, just switch with Divordi at the back of the scrum. Doesn't fall Bishop, Bishop soon. Next Divordi. John Bentley, not making much ground, just settling play down. Leeds just marshalling the troops now. Coleman looks for Dixon. Dixon. Oh, that's a good break from Paul Dixon. Take ball to Colin Maskell. Colin Maskell's got Spencer with him. He's also got John Bentley with him. John Bentley running. John Bentley's brought down. That's 10 yards outside the Warrington 25. Good play again from Leeds. Gibson gives the ball to Coleman. Spencer. Oh, David losing the ball there. That's picked up this time by number 1, David Lyon. He's brought down. Tony Burke knocking on. Not a good pass there in these conditions. Tony Burke having to reach for that ball. Izzy Drummond just apologising for it. Not a good pass. Terrible in these conditions. DC ball. But the Coleman to feed again. 10 yards outside the Warrington 25. Coleman puts the ball in. That's out to Leeds. Bedden, stand off. Bentley. Bentley could switch with Gibson. Switching the play back inside. Carl Gibson's beaten the first man. He's still going, Carl Gibson. Playing the far touchline side. Matt Loddy running powerfully onto the ball. That's a good run from Matt Loddy. What a player this lad's become since he went to Australia. Oh. Ball there coming off Phil Ford's head. Well, that was funny play from Leeds. The ball just coming off Phil Ford's head there. Not a knock on, but of course Warrington got possession. About 10 minutes to go to half time. 5 minutes to go to half time, sorry. Warrington spent most of this half on their own 25, and that's where they are now. Also, Bishop will kick. The ball's running awkwardly. Spencer's going to pick that up. Spencer gives the ball to Ford. Ford running across field. And straight into tackle there. Good tackle there, number 12, Phil Sumner. Spencer going from back to the half back, cuts up to the halfway. Haskell just giving the ball to Waddell. Waddell again, what a great first half you Waddell's had again. Coleman goes and misses out. Devotee gives it to her and oops. And for the ball went backwards there. Coleman running himself. Phil Ford coming inside, not really knowing what was going on there. Bentley, it's inside. Devotee going himself, dummying to the halfway line. Leeds not making much ground in this set of tackles. Ball here is going to Coleman and he'll pitches the ball to Izzard. Izzard puts the kick in. It's going to be picked up by Des Drummond right at the side of his post. Des Drummond bringing the ball out. This lad can go the length of the field. We've seen him do it here before. Dummy straightens up, goes for the gap, but the gap closed straight away. Good play there from Fawcett. Carl Gibson, he'll be well aware of what Des Drummond can do. Koska. The ball. Sumner. Neil Harmon, that was. Good run there by Neil Harmon. Turner. Oh, looked a foul pass to me, but the referee says it was okay. Crowd shouted forward. Tony Thornley. Bishop on the short side. That was kicked in a touch on the full. That'll be a scrum. Leeds in the ball. 10 yards inside the Warrington half of the field. So a great first half so far for Leeds. Proving that they had a good ball to David and did well of all that sidestepping. The Leeds proving that they win at Sheffield. So far anyway, there was no flash in the pan. Bentley acting half-back, goes himself. There's Maskell this time. Acting half, he's going to look for runners, he'll find you Waddell. Waddell, down the middle of the field, beats the first man and the second man with so much ease. This is not the Waddell of last season, or indeed at the beginning of this season. This is a different player altogether. Switching, misses out, Devotee. Matt Loddy. Running out in the centre position. Sixth tackle coming up, Devotee. Devotee tries for the drop goal. That's no goal, says the referee. It was a 35-yard attempt from Gary Devotee. Wise move. Warrington are going to make a substitution. But number 1, David Lyon, must be injured. He's going off. He's going to be replaced by number 14, Paul Derbyshire.
Paul Derbyshire going straight into the full-back role. Ruskell with the tap. Leeds onside. Tony Burke. Referee spotted an infringement there in the tackle. I think deliberate, but that's anything above the neck now. That's penalised straight away. It's good play from the referee. Good decision. Turner will kick for touch. Left-footed kicker, this lad. It's a good kick for touch, that. It's 15 yards inside the Leeds half of the field. Tony Burke will come on the bounce. Tony Burke's brought down. 10 yards now. Good tackle coming in there. Colin Maskell just getting back in the position. Move coming in from Warrington. Armand's throw through the first line of defence. Good cover coming in from Leeds. Warrington inside the Leeds 25, only the second time in the match in possession of the ball. Bishop to Turner. Turner switching play. Sanderson's brought down. That's good tackle. Good spot in there by Leeds, David. And Bishop again. Finds Joe Party. The Party throws the ball out to Desi Drummond. Desi Drummond coming back inside. Can't get away from the tacklers. 3 Leeds tacklers bring him down there. Warrington losing ground at the moment. These will be open up. Hang on. It must be nearly half-time now. Turner. The ball out again. Malloy. Good goes himself. Slips Malloy. Beats the first. Beats Craig's head, but Slip couldn't get up. 6 tackle coming up. Bishop will get the ball. Bishop's going to kick. It's a chip kick over, but it's going to be caught by Phil Ford. Great play from Phil Ford. Bringing the ball away now. Straightening up. Up to his own 25 before he's tackled. Number 4, Tony Thornley. Spencer going from acting half. And straining Mark Roscoe. The Cumbrian lad in this Warrington side. I remember him being signed. He had his ear bitten off at Ulkingston Rovers in the first match he played for Warrington. Waddell. 10 yards outside his own 25. Coleman's going to put the kick in. Well, that's a good kick from Craig Coleman. That's going to find touch. No, that's not found touch. Derbyshire caught the ball, just bounced awkwardly. It was running along the touchline side. Derbyshire's got the ball done, he straightens up himself. And straight into Gary Devotee, right in the Warrington 25. Someone acting half back, running himself. And straight at you, Waddell. Warrington penned down in there. 125 again. Harmon not making much ground. Ferry making sure Leeds are on side. Malloy running, driving in, being driven back by the Leeds pack. Warrington can make no ground against his superb Leeds tackling. Oscar will get the ball back to Turner. Turner dummies. It's going to kick. Kicks now. That's a reasonable kick. That's into the Leeds 25. It's picked up by Gary Spencer. He's bringing it back over his own 25 now. It's finally brought down. Just outside his own 25. Coleman gives the ball to Vince Fawcett. Vince Fawcett helping his forwards out. Vince Fawcett's through. Oh, just a last-ditch tackle there from Paul Bishop. That's twice he's saved Warrington tonight with last-ditch ankle tackles. Coleman. Waddell running strong again now, Leeds sensing that they're onto something here. Coleman again. Coleman's putting the kick in again this time. That's a better kick. That'll find touch this time. It does indeed. Yes, that's found touch. 5 yards from the Warrington flag. Ball stopping actually on the line. Not often you see that. And there goes out at half-time. That's signal the end of a great half for Leeds. You can hear the crowd getting behind them. That's the best first half display from the Leeds side for many a day. After 8 minutes, Colin Maskell had a goal, making it 2-0. 20 minutes, Phil Ford scored a try and Colin Maskell goal. And after 28 minutes, a great try from Byron. And a goal from Colin Maskell, making the score 14-0 at half-time. We'll join you after the break. some half-time interval. A few of the Leeds second string. And the Warrington second string have playing a game of touch rugby. I don't know what's going on here. There's something to do with the filming over on the corner. It's like Gary Schofield. David Creaser, first time he's been in a Leeds shirt for a while. I don't know what this is all about. Oh, it was a bit of fun for the half-time. Chris Vasey falling the first tackle. There's a little tractor running up and down on the touchline side. And the camera on this will be to get action shots to slot in. Vasey giving the ball to Norman Francis. Norman Francis gives the ball to Gary Schofield. Big cheer goes up as he misses the ball. Gary Lord hobbling, he's tapped up, he's not fit to play tonight. It's a bit of light-eyed fun, this. There's Gary Lord to play the ball again with David Creaser acting half. I don't know what this is in aid of at all. This is some freelance filming that's going on. Players now coming upfield. Leeds won't have made ground as easy as this for a long time. It's a bit of light-hearted entertainment for the crowd at half-time. Vasey with the ball again. Juggling with the ball this time. This is good fun. Well, then Warren Wilson, he drops the ball. The crowd giving him a real pacing over this. What a load of rubbish come the time. Cheers from the crowd. This is only a bit of fun. Here we go again now. Vasey again. He drives in first man. He's tackled. I think the idea is for Gary Schofield to get the ball and score a try. Warren Wilson taking it in second man. The first time he's had a number 10 on his back. Vasey again gets the ball out to Norman Francis. Norman Francis gets the ball to Gary Schofield, and Gary Schofield passes the ball at the cameraman. Well, we've got the real stuff in action again now. Leeds just coming out for the second half. Great first half performance from Leeds. Leading 14-0 at half-time. That's the best first half performance from Leeds for many a day. Richard Gunn on the field. I can't yet see who he's on for. I can see Craig Izzard, I can see you, Adele. I can see David and I can see Paul Dixon. It must be on for Colin Maskill. This is on for Colin Maskill. I can see Gary Devotee. So it looks like Richard Gunn's going to hook this half instead of Colin Maskill. Colin must have got a knock. I can't see him coming down the touchline. So yes, I can now. He appears to be limping. Wise move there, David Ward taking him off, not playing a player when he's injured. Referee just signalling that he's here the hoot, and it'll be Warrington to kick off. They're playing right to left. As you look at the camera. Leeds in the white strip tonight, Warrington in blue and gold, very similar colours to Leeds. It's a new strip this season, Warrington, and I'll just say that I like it. A few of the traditionalists might not like it in the wires, but I certainly do. So Warrington kick off with Rocky Turner. Then he gets the ball, that's feeded by Devotee. Devotee brings the ball up to his own 25. Well tackled there. Waddell. Richard Gunn gets the ball. Uses the referee as a foul. Gary Spencer. That's good play from Leeds. Gary Spencer's. Oh, he just can't get his ball away there to the supporting Richard Gunn. Good play from Leeds. David bringing the ball. Throws a lovely ball out to Matt Lorry in the centre. He gets it to Vince Fawcett. Vince Fawcett coming inside. Gets it back to Aaron. Aaron to Gibson. Gibson straightening up, sidestepping, going himself. Oh, Gibson's up to the full-back. If he speaks to full-back, this is a try for Carl Gibson. Carl Gibson's just tackled short. Oh, Gary Devotee knocking on there with the line at his mercy. That should have been a try to Carl Gibson. He did the right thing when he wasn't going to go. Good play again from Leeds, starting just as they left off. That should have been a try into the post. I was surprised Carl Gibson didn't have the legs to go then. He'd rounded the full-back, probably came to over this side, and Tony Thornley caught him coming over from the left centre position. So it's Dixon. I will call him Dixon. Paul Bishop to feed. Number 13, Gary Sanderson running from acting half, making good ground. Good enterprising play again from Leeds. Mark Lorry well involved there. Tony Burt using his own man as a foil. Good strong run from Tony Burt, getting all 15 yards there. Steve Malloy brought down. Referee watching Leeds for offside. Bishop put the kick in. That's an up and under kick. That's going to be fielded by Phil Ford. That's well fielded by Phil Ford. Running across field. Phil Ford still running across the field. Not made much ground there. Got ball in the middle of the field. Well caught there by the Warrington cover. Devotee going from acting half-back. Can't get the ball away. Richard Gunn. Richard Gunn looks for you, Waddell. Waddell powering up. Gets his pass away to Gary Spencer. Gary Spencer's beat the first cover. Well, I keep saying it, but this is good play from Leeds. This is much better football than we've seen for a long time from Leeds. Coleman. Bentley. Bentley drops the ball, but it goes backwards. Tony Thornley. Just coming in there and making the tackle. Dixon. Had a quiet game tonight so far, Paul Dixon. But he hasn't done anything wrong. Coleman. What's the kicking? He's kicking downfield. He's going to be picked up by Derbyshire at full-back. He dribbles with the ball, picks it up now. He's running across field, runs straight into Gary Devotee. Well tackled in his Warrington 25. Warrington back in the 25 again, where they spent most of the first half. But not for long as Tony Burke brings the ball out. Just gets outside the 25 there. Paul Dixon bringing him down. 13, Gary Sanderson. Hard job for him tonight in filling the place normally won by Mike Gregory. Roscoe running about, running around in circles. Bishop's going to kick now. Bishop pumps the ball downfield. That'll be Gary Spencer, yes. That's going to run. Gary Spencer having to turn around and chase the ball. He picks it up, bringing it back in field. It's up to the 25 now. Can't get it. Mark Roscoe there in with the tackle. First, can't get past the first cover. Vince Fawcett a dummy run. Craig Coleman beats the first. Gives the ball to Spencer. Powering in the middle of the field again. He slips a great ball to Richard Gunn. Richard Gunn's going himself down the middle of the field. He can't find his support. The support was hemmed in by Warrington players there. That was the right thing Richard Gunn did. He stuck with the ball. Leeds splitting them open again down the middle of the field. What a great player this Craig Coleman is. He's behind every Leeds attack. Gary Devotee slips the ball up. Bentley back to Warren. So covers over on David, so he's having to go himself. Ball whipped across the field right over to the far touchline, just inside the Warrington 25. Izard will go straight. Referee saying there that Craig Izard knocked the ball on the tackle. We can't see from where we are. There's a player that he's back to us. Good play again from Leeds. They split the Warrington defence right down the middle of the field. So it's Bishop to feed. Ball comes out to Drummond. Drummond runs it in. Passes the ball to Turner. Turner can't beat Carl Gibson's tackle there. Dixon. Turner. He's well tackled by Waddell and Richard Gunn. Roscoe running from acting half. Straightening play up. Referee goes in and shouts out. Devotee chasing so that he can't get the kick in. He's still going to get his kick in. He does that. It's going to come to Phil Ford. He lets it bounce. That sits up nicely for him there. Running across field. Beats the first man. Throws a good ball out. Vince Fawcett hand off. Gets it back to Phil Ford on the outside. Phil Ford going again. He's up to the halfway line again, Leeds. Leeds not trying to throw the ball about. Waddell driving in. Slows the ball back to... Oh, Dixon's got the ball. That's a great ball there to Matt Lorry. Oh, Lorry knocks on there. It's cleaned up for Leeds. So there'll be a scrum there. There's some great play coming in from Leeds tonight. Craig Coleman making Leeds tick. David just having a word there. Bishop feeds. Coming himself. Bishop slips. Gets up again. Got a Devori just keeping him down on the floor. Roskell acting half. It's the ball out to Turner. Turner to Thornley. Thornley's dropped the ball. That went back to the referee. Chris Rudd with the ball. No, he's nowhere past Phil Ford. Pushed towards the touchline side by Phil Ford and John Bentley. It's Derbyshire acting half. It's about Turner. Burks straightening up. Oh, that's good run. Good running there from Tony Burks up to the halfway line. Bishop gets the ball to Turner. Turner drops the ball this time. Referee's going to give a knock on this time. Well, as I said earlier on, the Joe will be coming down on the glass now. And not an easy ball to take when you're getting passes that are down around your ankles. So Bishop will feed. Coleman, sorry, will feed. There's the ball to Gibson. Gibson switching there, didn't. Great play from Leeds. Coming up, Vince Fawcett with the ball. Coming inside, Vince Fawcett. He loses the ball. That's bad play from Leeds, losing the ball on the first tackle. Fawcett appears to be injured in that. He's just got a bang on the ankle, I think. He's up now, he's running back. Bad play from Leeds there, losing the ball. And then Forster is. Number 10, Steve Malloy, just strangling the ball away. But it still leads 14, Warrington 0. The party running straight there. Run straight in the 2 second row men for Leeds. 2 Australians, both from Panama. Izzard and Laurie. Turner puts the kick in. That's going to find touch. That's a great kick by Turner. That's found touch about 10 yards from the Leeds line. The Leeds heading ball. Struggle form 5 yards in from touch. Craig Coleman the field for Leeds. It's the ball. Ball's out to Leeds. It's a ball to David Eden. David Eden up. Trying to beat Rocky Turner. Gets the ball back to Coleman. Coleman gives it to Spencer. Spencer getting the ball away to John Bentley. John Bentley going himself. John Bentley's running. Gives the ball to Vince Fawcett. It's over the 25. Drummond. Fawcett knocks off Des Drummond. Gets the ball inside there. That's John Bentley. He's up to the fullback. He's looking for surprise. Give it to Carl Gibson. Oh, that was bad play from John Bentley. He would have scored if he'd have run himself. Touch judges in now. He's obviously seen something there. An infringement of some description. Vince Fawcett, I think, taken out after he passed the ball. He's down on the touchline side, right in front of the dugouts. If John Bentley had run hard and passed himself, then there'd have been a try for him. Well, touch judge on. Must have been. I was watching the play. I didn't see what happened. I could see David Ward. Off, shout the crowd. It's going. And he's gone off for 10 minutes, I think. That's number 14, Paul Derbyshire, off for 10 minutes, and the ball's been brought back to where the offence occurred, and Leeds will have a penalty. Vince Fawcett's up on his feet now. Good play again from Leeds there. Good open rugby, flowing rugby. The crowd love this here. But they've already puts the ball in the touch this time. Just inside the 1.5. Richard Gunn will take the tap. Looks for Waddell. Waddell driving up again. Leeds should be able to make their 1-man advantage count now. To throw the ball about, there's bound to be gaps on the outside. Coleman at first receiver. The ball to Dixon, just settling up with the forwards, taking the ball in. Izzard's on the burst. He's up to the fullback. Bishop's gone to fullback. He couldn't get his pass in there. Bishop's gone to fullback. It was right up at the fullback. That's good play again from Leeds. Izzard, great game plot. Big Izzard's having Richard Gunn again. And the ball David and going himself. Straightening play up, going himself. Can't get the ball away. Dixon. Dixon 10 yards away from the Warrington line. 6 tackle coming up. What will Leeds on the 6 tackle this time? Devori. Oh, what a superb play. There's a try here for Leeds. There must be a try here for Richard Gunn. Brilliant play there from Craig Coleman and Gary Devori. Very reminiscent of the Lewis Jones hanging pass. The ball seemed to sit in the air. An eternity there. That was great play from Leeds, and that's another try into the post. Beautiful play. I can't emphasise that enough. You'll see it yourselves. That's great play from Leeds. after some 13 minutes of this second half. That's a try to Richard Gunn. Making the score 18 points to 0 in Leeds' favour. And the goal kick to come from John Bentley this time, with Colin Maskell being off the field. It's right in front of the post. Bentley, a left-footed kicker. Just start lining the ball up. Just going to kick now, Bentley. Pops that right over the dots. So that's Leeds up to 20 points to 0 now. Just as sort of Leeds wanted to start to the second half. Easy shout, the crowd below me. That was great play from Coleman there, and great play from Devorty. Richard Gunn backing up as always. Izzard, just stopping the ball with his foot, picking it up. Starts his burst now. He's met by half the Warrington pack. And send to Tony Thornley. That Laureate. Richard going to act in half. Waddell. Turning, spinning round the tackle, gets out of the tackle. That's good play from your Waddell. Oh, not a good pass to David in there. As I said before, it's a greasy ball tonight. You don't want to having to stretch for it. Bishop to feed. Leeds pack pushing there, but despite that, it's still ball still out to Warrington. Burke acting half back, going himself. He's brought down by Dixon. Just inside the Leeds 25 now. Desi Drummond. Not making much ground. Struggling to play the ball. Bishop. Number 13, Sanderson. Jordan Patty, oh, it's dangerous there. Oh, he's lost the ball. Phil Ford's picked the ball up now. What can he do? Chinking, weaving, running himself, gets in John Bentley's way. He's eventually tackled by Tony Burke. He's Leeds in possession again, Yo Waddell. What a great game he's had tonight, Yo. Dixon, the middle of the field. Oh, starting run with some power now, Paul Dixon in his second half. Gunn puts the ball to Coleman, he'll put the kick in. Oh, that's a bad kick from Craig Coleman. This ball back. Ball just caught the outside of his boot, I think there. It went spinning up. Straight into touch on the full. Should be a scrum. Warrington to feed the scrum. Bishop, it's the ball to Sanderson. On a standoff now with the Derbyshire being off in the sin bin. Warrington reorganised. Playing with the 5-man pack. Leeds offside out at the side of the field. Craig Coleman. That'll be a penalty to Warrington, 10 yards outside the Leeds 25. Robert Turner. Well, he's going to kick for goal, and I thought you can hear the reaction of the crowd below me. I would have thought that wasn't a very good play when you're losing by 20 points to 0. But then again, I'm not the Warrington captain. Approximately 25 minutes to go. Leeds still leading by 20 points to 0. For Robert Rocky Turner. The ball out now, he's coming in, left-footed kicker. That's straight through, that's 2 points. So, 58 minutes then. It's a goal to Warrington, Turner. Points to 2 Leeds, 20 points to 2 in the lead. It's been good play tonight from Leeds. Warrington just making a substitution. Number 12, Neil Sumner going off. Phil Sumner going off. Number 15, Gary Chambers coming on. Bentley's kick. It's caught by Chris Rudd. He's bringing the ball back in field. Sandy's a stand-off, this lad, but been playing on the wing for Warrington. It's number 11, Neil Harmon, almost up to the 25. Warrington seem to be just using too many drives in the forwards. 4 or 5 drives just in the forwards. No ball not spread out at all. Not making much ground. One man rugby barging down the middle of the field. Bishop now, what can he do? He puts the kick in, that's going to go straight to Gary Spencer. Ball bouncing awkwardly, Spencer just stops it with his foot. That's a wise play. Picks the ball up. And up the field. He's Fawcett running from back to half-back in the middle of the field. What's he doing there? Looking for work, just relieving the work of taking the pressure off his forwards. Waddell stood still when he got that ball there. Gives the ball back to Spencer. Spencer's just caught there in time. Gary Spencer, another yard he'd have been through there. Richard going to give the ball to Craig Coleman. No, he throws it the other way. Scores himself. Well, he showed the ball at Richard Gunn. There wasn't much support. I don't think Leeds really expected that to go on. Coleman will put the kick in this time. It's rolling back towards the try line. Turner at full back picks that ball up. He's running round. He can't get round Phil Ford. Lost his boot in the process there. Tony Burke. And straight into Mark Loddy. Good tackling from Leeds, keeping Warrington pending the 25. Number 10, Steve Malloy. Almost up to the 25 now. 15, Gary Chambers. He's up to the 25. Warrington used at 4 tackles and getting to the 25. Bishop again. Just a kicking, grubber kick. But Gary Spencer's back fielding for this. Gary Spencer gets the ball again. He's bringing the ball up to the halfway line. Oh, feeble attempt at a tackle by Bishop there, but full marks to Gary Spencer. He could see what was happening. And I think Spencer's hurt in this tackle. Somebody's hurt. It's not Gary Spencer. It seems to be the Warrington player who affected the tackle. Looks like he's caught the back of Gary Spencer's boot in his face. Gary Spencer's okay. Is Drummond having so much to say, but it was purely accidental whatever happened to the player there. Gary Spencer not a type of player to kick out in the tackle. Leeds just marshalling the troops, settling down. Craig Coleman, Eddie Divordi. Referee just having a drink of water there, so he's... There's Drummond. Can't quite see who that is who was injured there. It could be number 4, Tony Thornley. Yes, it is number 4, Tony Thornley there. He got a bang in that tackle, purely accidental. Gary Spencer will play the ball for Leeds. Leeds lined up in a V formation behind him. Waddell. Well, that's a penalty to Leeds, offside there. The first play the ball off the injury. Drummond something to say again. Looks like John Bentley's going to pop the ball in a touch. Fines touch just short at Warrington 25. Vince Fawcett going first man. Ball coming in the middle of the field now. We're going to have Joe Waddell running the ball this time. Waddell spinning around the tackle, can't get the ball away. Richard Gunn just working a move there. That's Dixon going. Dixon going with the line. He's about 5 yards short at the moment. Coleman, what can Leeds do here? Loddy's going himself. Loddy gets up to the line. He must only be a yard short there. Right, Loddy. It's good play from Leeds. Ball spinning across Coleman, working a move with Divordi. Pitches play. Headingley goes himself. Chinking David, and he's going to go himself here. David in. Oh, David and 6 tackle coming up. David and's only a yard short this time. To try and here if Leeds move the ball out quickly. It's picked up by Coleman. Coleman gets the ball to Bentley. Bentley juggling with the ball, gives the ball to Ford, and Ford can't hold the ball again. That's twice. John Bentley and Phil Ford have muddled it up between them with the line at the mercy. Izzard just telling Ford to keep behind Bentley. Well, there should have been something there for Leeds. Twice to nearly at the line. Oh, Warrington knocking on there at the very first pass after the scrum. And before him, Paul Derbyshire back on now, just 10 minutes in the bin. So what can Leeds do here? Craig Coleman will feed the ball. It's about 15 minutes left for play. Coleman win the scrum, ball's out to Willen, and going himself now. Coleman gets a grip. Must be something on here for... Oh! A bit, well, what can I say there? That should have been 6 points for Leeds, or 4 points at least. David just flicked the ball. It was a long pass to Vince Fawcett. He didn't really take it well, and then he ended up sliding into touch. David Waller having nightmares on the bench about this. The number of chances Leeds have wasted tonight, it just shows you how on top we've been. Referee not satisfied how the ball was going in there. Bishop feeding the scrum. Drummond coming himself. Drummond gives him the ball inside to Rocky Turner. Turner's up to the 25. He's finally brought down by Aaron and Gibson. Drummond going himself from acting halfback. Carl Gibson brings him down from behind there with assistance from Waddell, just smiling at one another there. Chambers from acting halfback. Throwing the ball back inside to Sanderson. Sanderson running up to the halfway line, Leeds regrouping. Gibson's limping. Oh, that's number 4. Oh! Kick went in there, the ball, Scotty Spencer in for the ball. Some referees have construed that as dangerous kicking. Gary Spencer's okay, fortunately he's okay. Waddell. It's the ball back to Coleman. He's getting the ball out. Some classic tackles is Waddell. Outlawry going himself. Richard Gunn running from acting halfback. Oh, yes, Gary Spencer in support. Chips over Gary Spencer. And catches the ball on the pole. That's great play from Gary Spencer. He just can't get his pass away. Carl Gibson, passenger at the moment. I think he's going to be replaced. Coleman's going to put the kick in. It's a good kick from Craig Coleman. It's not going to find touch, will it? Right, yes, it just finds touch. 5-6 yards from the Warrington flag. That's great play. Great kick from Craig Coleman. Just the sort of scrum half at Leeds haven't had for a long time. Tremendous touch find, kicking, tremendous organising skills. So Paul Delaney just warming up. I don't know whether Carl Gibson trying to run the injury off. He's back in the centre position at the moment. Warrington get the ball from the scrum. Oh, it's Rudd. Number 5, Rudd running himself from the scrum. That was good running from Chris Rudd. Up to the 25. Chambers running across, gets a good pass in there. Number 4 to Thornley. It's the best rugby that Warrington played in the match now. Number 10, Steve Malloy, just brought down. Bishop. Pitching the ball inside to Sanderson. Sanderson's well spotted by his opposite number, Gary Devori and Richard Gunn. Playing the ball himself, nobody marking there. Sanderson, that's into the Leeds half of the field. Good play, that 6 tackle coming up. Ball got to Bishop, he'll look for the kick. Oh, throws the ball out to Turner. Well, bad play from Warrington there. Not enterprising stuff all on the 6 tackle, just conceding the turnover just inside the Leeds half of the field. Dixon runs some acting half back and gets straight into Warrington half of the field. Will be Richard Gunn right below our commentary position. To Waddell. Waddell just bringing the ball back towards the touchline side. Izzard. Izzard through again. Lorry just... Oh. Tony Burke just waiting for the reverse pass coming there. Coleman again. Coleman gives the ball to Wooden. And then passes it inside to Devorty. Devorty's up to the full back. Oh, he's lost the ball. Got a Devorty. It's fielded by Chris Rudd. Full forward chasing Tony Thornley, gets him down. Richard Gunn. Dizzy Drummond running from acting half. And straight into Craig Izzard, making no ground at all Warrington at the moment. Tony Burke, missing Tony Burke now. So it's still acting half. Puts to the Bishop. Bishop's chinking himself, running himself. Bishop can't get the ball away. He's tackling in the middle of the field. That's 6 tackles coming up. Warrington made only about 10 yards. Turner's going to put the kick in. Gary Divordi charges that down. It's all on. It's going to be caught by Phil Ford. Great catch by Phil Ford. Oh, that's a great run from Phil Ford. Stepped Joe Party there. Stepped in very well. Couldn't have made the second phase cover. Missing out Richard Gunn. Izzard out. Oh, Izzard showing tremendous pace. He used to be a centre. Out in the centre position there, showing tremendous pace, Craig Izzard. Just marshalling the troops now. Richard Gunn going himself. To move on here, Craig Coleman talking to Dave Aaron. Waddell will get the ball. Waddell gets the ball. Beats the throw. Waddell going himself for the line. Oh, Waddell passes inside, but it's to a Warrington player. Fortunate for Warrington there. If that had been a Leeds player, that was a try. Good play from Leeds. Just keeping the ball moving at all costs. Oh, Carl Gibson stolen the ball in the tackle, and he scored a try. He's in for his second try of the season in 2 matches. Warrington must be absolutely devastated with that. You'll hear the crowd sing. Well, 10 minutes to go. After 70 minutes, that's a try there to Gibson. Stole the ball in the tackle there. I think it was number 15, Gary Chambers. Leeds bringing Mark Loddy off. And Paul Delaney coming on, I think. There's only one David Ward, sing the crowd below me. Lads from the Skyrack, vociferous as ever. Mark Loddy going to come off, I think, now. He's just waiting by the dugout, and it'll be young Paul Delaney to come on. Mark Loddy's had a great game tonight for Leeds. Was enterprising play there from Carl Gibson. He stole the ball in the tackle, just picked the ball out of the man's arms. Gary Chambers and scooted over in the corner for his second try in 2 games. So he's jumping up with a kick from touch. That's high. Oh, that's wide, that's missing. So the score still remaining at Leeds 24, Warrington 2. Leeds have played really well tonight. Warrington come here at the top of the table, having lost only 1 match. Never looked like table toppers tonight. Looked more like a team halfway down. So Matt Loddy just going off now. He'll get a great ovation from the Leeds crowd and from coach David Ward. Paul Delaney coming on. So Warrington to kick off again. Robert Turner. It's going to be fielded by Gary Divordi. Gary Divordi just bringing the ball up. Looking to pass, dummy, trying to cut through. Can't evade Matt Roskell's tackle. Roskell tackled well for Wire tonight. Mo Waddell running across, straightening up. Still going, Yo Waddell. Coleman, changing direction. Come in. Gives the ball to Paul Delaney. Paul Delaney can't beat the cover. He's up to a 25. Craig Izzard now. Ooh, powerful burst from Craig Izzard. Coleman. Gibson now with the ball. Oh, Gibson's lost the ball. Let's see what's happening there. I think that's going to be a scrum. Yeah, that's a scrum for the knock-on by Carl Gibson. Lost the ball in the tackle. He's cleaning it up himself for Leeds. Drummond. Turner, switching ball back inside to Turner. Carl Gibson stole the ball again there in the tackle. Now it's out to Divordi. Divordi coming back in the middle of the field. Good play, Gary Devori. Good signing for Leeds from Hull. Coleman switching direction again there. Izzard this time running. Oh, Izzard's out, and Izzard's breaking up the touchline side. Big Izzard running like a back now. He kicks forward. That's going to be a try here for Vince Fawcett, I think. Yes, that's a try for Vince Fawcett. Tremendous play there from Craig Izzard. A great try for Vince Fawcett, showing a clean pair of heels to outstrip the Warrington defence and just touch the ball down over the line. That's taking Leeds even further in front now. The Headingley crowd are loving this. Easy, easy, shouting the crowd. Gary Schofield on with the sand for John Bentley's kick. John Bentley set the sand up but hasn't got the ball. Good play again there from Craig Izzard, showing tremendous pace. Just a wave there to the crowd, Southstand crowd from Craig Izzard. Already a firm favourite with the crowd here at Headingley. He's just smiling with Joe Waddell now. Joe Waddell, a different player in the last 2 games. For Bentley, kick coming in from Bentley. Crowd cheering, that's a great kick from John Bentley. That's taking Leeds up to 30 points to 2 now. I didn't hear who the man of the match award. It's very difficult to hear who the man of the match award went to. But that's 30 points to 2. Ball kicked off at Richard Gunn on the leg. He's retrieved it for Leeds. Stringing the ball away. Paul Delaney acting half. Joe Waddell. Referee giving crossing there for Leeds. Do penalty to Warrington. Bishop puts the ball in a touch, just inside the Leeds 25. To Mark Roskell. Mark Roskell to take the tap. Well, lost the ball there straight away, Tony Burke. Phil Ford does it for Leeds. Richard Gunn running himself, straightening up. Taking play back towards the middle of the field. Dixon. Good strong run from Paul Dixon. Joe Waddell now. Coming again strong, running strong all the match this Joe Waddell. He's just started with a left off at Sheffield on Sunday. Coleman pitching the ball back to Spencer. Spencer running up, looking to pass, can't get his pass in. Warrington cover all round. 6 tackle coming up. Just outside the Leeds 25. Ball will go back to Coleman. He'll look to kick. He puts the kick in. That's a good kick. It's bouncing beautifully. That's fine. Stuck just 10 yards outside the Warrington 25. Good kick there again from Craig Coleman. I can assure you, there's nothing better for forwards than to see a kick going a touch all that far up without having to toe your legs off to get that far. Bishop feed the scrum. It's the ball out. Gives it to Turner. Turner. It's to Thornley. Thornley can't get his pass away. He's well marshalled there by John Bentley. Hasn't been a weak leak in the Leeds side tonight. It's been a tremendous performance. Everton tackling Gary Chambers. Gary Sanderson. He's run hard. He's tried hard for Warrington tonight. Bishop, as always, and Turner. Gives the ball to Joe Patty. Joe Patty getting the ball to Tony Thornley. Pass look forward, he's lost the ball. Phil Ford's picked it up for Leeds. Phil Ford running across field, straightening up. Paul Delaney going from acting out, back handing off Tony Burke. He's brought down right in the middle of the field now. Richard Gunn giving the ball to Coleman. Coleman to Divordi. Divordi running into trouble. Giving the ball to Waddell. Waddell gets the ball to Dixon. Dixon stepping. And the ball got his Spencer. Spencer's dropped the ball. It's picked up a Warrington by Robert Turner. Somebody's got the ball now. Number 14, Derbyshire. Brought down. Rascal. Good run there from Steve Malloy. Getting up slowly. I think he got a knock in the tackle. Oscar dummy in one way, passing the other way. Goes up to Desi Drummond now then. What can Drummond do? He's got a clean show, clean pair of heels. He's up to the full-back now. It must be a try here. Oh no, that's good play from Leeds. David and got back and just kicks the ball dead. Well, I thought there's Drummond. That was good play from Gary Spencer. He marshalled him just right. Drummond didn't have the courage to take on Gary Spencer and paid the penalty. David and just kicking the ball dead there. So Leeds will be a dropout for Leeds. From under their own post. Well, I reckon there's about 2 or 3 minutes to go, that's all now. Leeds still winning by 30 points to 2. Great performance tonight by the Liners. The Bentley drop kicks out. Ball's up to the halfway line rolling. Picked up by Derbyshire at full back. And bringing it back towards the Leeds post. Comes in. Good tackle from John Bentley and Dave Evan. Chambers running he's had a good game since he came on. Chambers strong, willing run man, big lad running hard. Bishop. It's about that to turn a long ball there. Rapati running now in the centre position in the air. There's the ball to Thornley. Oh, Thornley's such a great. Thornley's going to score for Warrington. Yes, Thornley scores there. That was good play from Warrington. Tremendous play from Warrington. Tony Thornley there. Great play from Joe Rapati. Give him just the ball at the right time and he showed a clean pair of heels for the Leeds defence. Leeds will be disappointed to concede that try. So it's Leeds winning now by 30 points to 6. Try there. Try to Tony Thornley. Turner will kick for goal. A difficult one this. It's on the touchline side. About 5 yards in. 2 yards in, sorry. No touch. I can't quite see from there from back from the position. Can't quite see him kicking for the cameras. There's more cameras up here tonight than at the BBC studios. Well, I can see the ball now, and that's wide. Well wide of the left-hand upright. The Leeds will just bring the ball up. Half-well and kick off again, leading by 30 points to 6. Convincing performance tonight from the Liners. Coach David Ward will be absolutely delighted with this. Haven't seen tonight's attendance yet, and I don't know who the man of the match award is. The scoreboard not working properly. John Bentley to kick off. Well, that's a long kick. It's caught by Bishop. God bringing it down the touchline side. He can't get past Phil Ford. He's hard. Ford up quick. Oh, that's crossing there. Yes, that's a penalty to Leeds. That's crossing. Tony Thornley run behind his own man, number 11, Neil Harmon. So Leeds, last chance now for Leeds. It's almost time. Craig Coleman just telling him what to do. It's obviously a move on here. Richard Gunn will take the tap. Waddell going to run in hard, running in hard. He can't get his pass out for Tony Burke's tackle. Tony Burke getting up slowly. Warrington don't want to concede any more points tonight. To move on here. Oh, a great play from Richard Gunn, and Paul Dixon's going for the corner. Oh, he just can't get the ball. That was great play from Richard Gunn there. Remember, reminiscing of Ray Batten style of handling. Heading. When the long ball out bounces, picked up by Bentley. Bentley changing direction, bringing it back in, gives the ball to Coleman. Coleman taking play back towards the touchline. That's out to Gibson. Gibson picks the ball up on the bow. Inside to Fawcett. Fawcett going for the line, running strong, throws the ball back to Gibson. Good play from Leeds. Enterprising stuff. Ball's going in the touch. Keeping the ball going, Gary Devordy just telling them to settle play down. There's no need to panic, they're winning easily. He's just wanting to entertain the crowd at this moment. Good play there from Richie Gunn, reminding me a lot of Ray Batten. He used to have Bob Aiton up his passes. Ball's on now, Warrington. Paul Bishop, Pack's collapsed. And there's a penalty there. He's given a penalty to Warrington. Pack's collapsed. Had a good game today, referee. Been there every time, seen all the knock-ons and all the forward passes. And the few penalties that they've been. Well, there goes a hooter. And that's Leeds, by far Leeds' best performance of this season and most of last season as well. That's tremendous play from Leeds. So at the full time, it's 30 points to 6 to Leeds. Leeds players just coming over to my commentary position of the south stand there, all to a man coming over and applauding the supporters who've been absolutely tremendous. Tremendous tonight. The supporters will really appreciate that. David Ward, Leeds throw and throwers in, still listening to the players. They've been much thanked for the supporters. That's great for the supporters. Gary Devordy now just leading the players across to the north stand side, and a standing ovation in the north stand. That's a long time since that happened here at Headingley. Best performance of the season for Leeds, some tremendous play. Well, after 8 minutes, Leeds had a penalty goal from Colin Maskell and the score was 2-0. After 20 minutes, Phil Ford had tried to make it 6-0 and a goal from Colin Maskell to make the score 8-0. For 28 minutes, he tried a David and 12-0 and a goal to Colin Maskell making it 14-0. At half-time, Leeds led by 14 points to 0. After 53 minutes, Richard Gunn scored a try and John Bentley goal to make it 20 points to 0. And after 58 minutes, there was a try to goal to Warrington's Hockey Turner, 20 points to 2. For 70 minutes, Carl Gibson had a try. He stole the ball in a tackle, 24-2. And after 73 minutes, there was a try to Vince Fawcett after great work by Craig Izzard, making the score 28-2. And John Bentley's goal made it 30 points to 2. Warrington had a consolation try from Tony Thornley 3 minutes from the end, but it wasn't enough. So at full time here at Headingley, the score is Leeds 30, Warrington 6. So it's good night from here at Headingley, and hope you've enjoyed the match as much as we have.